This is my video for the two-gun action challenge match held at the Pima Pistol Club, December 18th, 2021. Shooter begins in the truck with their rifle on the passenger seat, condition 3. That means you have to charge it as you acquire it. The first series of hits are sweeps on the two targets at 100 yards from the driver's side window. One of the problems I'm going to have constantly on this stage is that my ear pro gets bumped off as I'm moving around in the truck. Another problem I'm having is that the lighting conditions at this point in the day make the targets hidden in shadow, and I really can't use my magnifier in conjunction with the red dot because of the awkward positions. From the center positions, I could probably use it, but from around the driver's side window and passenger windows, it's not really an option for me. A full-length rifle is also harder to move around inside the truck. A number of competitors use bullpups, and you'll see the competitive advantage in the results.
Sorry, what was that?
I didn't read the stage description myself before I started, so I'm not sure if I need to shoot through the passenger side window or over the dash again first. I asked for guidance, and I have a hard time hearing because the microphones on my ear pro are facing forward. Asking the ROs for guidance is allowed at two-gun action challenge matches, and given the severity of the penalties, you'll want to do that if you're not sure what you're supposed to do. You can see how awkward that was, getting the rifle out of the passenger side window. Compact guns working inside the vehicle were definitively an advantage on this stage. I fired my magazine empty on that last shot, so I drop it, set the rifle on the dash to ease getting out. My ear pro gets knocked around even more as I get out of the vehicle. Reload on the way to the VTAC. There are two marked ports we have to shoot from. Again, from these awkward positions, I really can't use my magnifier and actually see through the optic, so I'm using the red dot only. You can see the targets there in shadow. It looks worse from the shooter's position because my brake is kicking up dust with every shot fired. A lot of struggle on this stage for me. Definitely not my best. If you find yourself struggling on a stage like this, do not think about everything that's coming next. Think about what you're doing for each shot fired. If you start thinking about the whole stage and worrying about it, you're really going to fall apart. I am third armored and 9th overall in this stage. A number of competitors ended up timing out before finishing the course of fire. This is a pistol-only stage that begins with the competitor carrying the kettlebell to the table, drawing their handgun, and engaging the pistol targets. I shoot that single plate first at about 30 yards. I have to set the pistol down on the barrel, transition the kettlebell, then reacquire the pistol.
That, then that.
My natural tendency is to set the pistol down on the table versus the barrel, so I have to consciously think through that process. But as you can see, I have no problem hitting the targets. The activator here must be hit first, then the two swinging plates.
42 seconds.
I'm first armored and first overall in this stage, making up quite a bit of time for stinking it up on that first stage I shot. On this stage, the shooter starts with only 10 rounds in their magazine. They have to hit these two targets in sweeps from the start box, unsupported. They then move to the barricade and have to hit the targets twice each again in sweeps. I'm going to shoot empty here and then have to reload from the prone. This is my first time using the BRN 180 Sport Upper with a Romeo 8T on it. The height over bore of the BRN 180 is a bit taller than a normal AR upper, and the recoil dynamics a little bit different too, so I think that's why I'm missing some of these shots. I settle in a bit more the further into the stage I get, but I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the 8T on this because how much taller it is on this particular upper. I might end up mounting something a bit lower on it that gives me less bore offset and more point of aim versus point of impact of a 0. The upper itself handles very well. It's very smooth shooting. But every time I switch equipment like this, there's a learning process of getting used to it versus other things that I use more frequently. I am second armored and third overall on this stage. In the end, I am first out of 5 shooters in armored division and second out of 25 shooters overall. Thank you for watching. Come back again for more match and multi-gun competition content.
I'm just feeling it in my thumb. That's where I'm resting my thumb on. I'm like, I can feel this heat coming through now.
I was wondering how long it would take.
Whoa.
That's so awesome, you didn't even need all the shots.
Yeah.
And it really does. The dot's not.
Is that malfunction?
No.
Hot diggity.
It's pretty fucking sweet. I don't know if it's $5,000 sweet.
It's that 5,000 part. Even the trigger guard's hot.